Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Co-Innovation Hub Partner Talk series, and welcome Aura Romero from Mexico City. Aura is a manager at New Ventures, and actually, Aura, I'm seeing on the team page of of New Ventures that you define yourself as nerd and retired party animal. So that's an interesting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
definition.
have
But
a very warm culture in New Ventures. So on our first day, we are asked to describe ourselves like in a tweet.
that's
So
great. That's a good indication of the culture within your company. So that's very good, very exciting. But thanks for joining. So to get straight into it, I think I'd like to just ask you to introduce New Ventures and give us a bit of an overview of what you guys are doing there, and then I'll ask a few questions. And yeah, that's great. That would be great. Thanks.
that's good. Yeah, right. Well, thank you so much for the space and the opportunity to talk about New Ventures. We define ourselves as an impact platform. So we work with social and environmental entrepreneurs that at the same time that they are solving market problems and adding value through products or services, they are also solving environmental and social problems. We define ourselves as a platform because we have different areas. We have an acceleration area. So through that, we have various accelerator programs throughout the year. We have around 14 every year, and they're aimed to different stages. So we have like early stage entrepreneurs or like super developed entrepreneurs that are looking for expansion. And we work with all sectors. That's the acceleration area. We work with allies and corporates that are interested in funding these programs, and sometimes they give like seed capital or a prize to the best entrepreneurs. That's the first area. We have a second area that has to do with finance and investment. So we have a financial mechanism that gives out loans called Viwala, and we basically work with entrepreneurs that are from a vulnerable population. So women, like everything that has to do with the inclusion agenda, LGBTQ, we have like a special portfolio for entrepreneurs that are from the LGBTQ community. Because like these populations, it's very hard for them to get credit, at least in Mexico and Latin America. So the loans we give out are based on impact. Some are revenue based. So based on the sales the entrepreneur has every month, they can pay back a certain amount. And also they are impact based. So that's very interesting because even if a traditional company comes to us and asks for a loan, if the company is committed into achieving impact indicators, we can give out a loan to them and then they can pay based on the impact they make. So it's very interesting. It's a way we are trying to incorporate like more traditional enterprises or more traditional corporates into this impact world. And then the final area, which is the third one, has everything to do with communication, strategic partnerships and alliances. And that's where we organize our impact Latin American Impact Forum. We have organized it for 13 years now in a row. And it's super interesting because we like everybody from the impact ecosystem and the innovation ecosystem comes into Mexico. So investors, funds, entrepreneurs, banks, sometimes even governments. So yeah, so that's New Ventures in
That's very interesting. And just talking about your ecosystem, which is very interesting for us to understand. So obviously you're based in Mexico City. The starting from the startups you attract in your acceleration program, is the focus on Mexican startups or is it broader Latin America? Can you just talk us through?
It's in Latin America.
Right.
So we have programs that, of course, like all of the programs are based in Mexico, but the entrepreneurs we work with are from Latin America, except Brazil because of the language barrier.
Sure.
But apart from that, we've worked with entrepreneurs from Colombia, Argentina, Chile, Uruguay. Like it's very diverse. And especially this year, we want to have like more acceleration programs in those areas. Like up until now, like I said, we're based in Mexico and we work with some entrepreneurs, but now we want to be based in other countries in
But do
Latin
you actually have
America.
like a physical space where you actually bring the startups together during the acceleration phases of the program? Or?
Yes, yes. Especially if they're international, we have at least one physical component.
Okay.
So either it can be like a welcoming event or a closing summit or like, yeah, like a networking event, and we fly them to Mexico.
Okay, no,
Mhm.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
And in terms, so you mentioned obviously you have a relatively broad focus in terms of technology sector, but you're also from your mission statement, you're looking basically for disruptors, so game changers, right?
Exactly.
Can you just maybe tell us, if you could tell us about some interesting startups you have in your portfolio or that went through the
Yeah.
acceleration program?
Oh yeah, like that's our favorite part, like get to talk about the entrepreneurs. So like right now, top of my head comes Perfecto. Perfecto is an entrepreneur, well, an enterprise that rescues food from the food chain. So, well, here in Mexico, the problem is huge, like tons of food is wasted due to aesthetic problems. So the supermarkets won't buy from the producers because the fruit or the vegetables are ugly, like literally. Like they're edible, they like they are good, they are like perfect as they are. It's just that they are not pretty enough to be displayed in a market or well in a supermarket. So what Perfecto does is buy directly from the producer at a fair trade and just price. And then they have like a subscription service. So either you or me, we can have a subscription box every month, depending on how much people is in our family and like whether we want to choose our own fruit and vegetables or we want to receive it a surprise box.
Nice.
It's all through an app and it's great because they are reducing waste. They are like otherwise all this food would be thrown away and then the producers would lose a lot of money because like sometimes like there's no way, I mean there are ways artificially to manage or to produce like a perfect round lemon, or a perfect banana, but like the majority of food, it just comes out as it is. So that's one. They have been with us in the accelerator program. They participated in a demo day with our investors. We have an angel network of investors, so they presented there. And also they were in Y Combinator. So
Okay.
it's like they're great entrepreneurs. They are just getting their first round, their pre-seed round of investment, and like they're doing great.
Nice.
And that's one, and more. And we have another technological one. It's in the agriculture sector. It's called Earth IoT. So what they do, at least here in Mexico, it's sad because the land and the agricultural, it's been abandoned. Like people prefer to migrate or to have like jobs in the city, and they're not just like they're not capable to sustain the land. And also at the same time, they're very uneducated. Like for some reason, they can't access the education and the capabilities they need to sustain and to work the land. So what Earth IoT does through an app and everything through technology, they connect agro specialists with people in the field. So literally, like the people in the field can take a picture of the crop and then like through AI and everything and the agro specialist, they can say, you're watering it too much or you're watering it too little or it needs more nutrients and therefore you have to do this and this and this. So that enables people in the land to have better crops, to have better income, to have better life. So
Very
yeah,
interesting.
like yeah,
No,
yeah,
very
those are the
exciting.
two.
No,
Yeah,
very two great examples, and they could have very very big markets indeed. So
yeah.
it's not only in Mexico. So that's interesting. You touched upon, startups. You got an angel network, so you have a mentor network as well. On the corporate side, you mentioned you do that as well, right? So you bring together corporates with some of the startups and your entrepreneurs in your network. Is that a big part of also?
Yeah, definitely. Like all the accelerator programs are funded by corporates. So we've worked with IKEA, Shell, Bayer, BBVA, which is a bank in Spain.
Sure.
So what they do is through their sustainability areas or even their business development. Like it's very interesting to see that these initiatives are coming from that area in corporates. They fund the programs. We co-design the programs with them.
Is it with a single corporate, or you have multiple corporates getting together on a specific topic and sort of, or
up until now, it's single corporates. Right. Yeah, like with IKEA, we make a program specifically for IKEA.
Yeah.
For Shell, it's the same. But what we've seen, especially like this year, will be very exciting because, at first in New Ventures, it was like the corporate funded the program. We executed the program and that's it. But every year, like everything is developing. Yeah. So now corporates are more interested in investing in the enterprises or giving out a seed capital or giving out a loan. So corporates now are super interested in adding entrepreneurs into their value chain. So last year, we had the first event of Corporate Impact Summit, in which this event was super targeted at corporates that wanted to go beyond CSR or ESG. So we invited corporates that had like excellent case studies of integrating entrepreneurs into their value chain and into their providers or like whatever they did. So this year, it's one of the most important areas we're developing. We have like one new person that her main goal is that like.
When is the event happening this year? Is it towards the end of the year?
Yes, it's happening again in August. Like it was a successful event last year, which was the first edition. So we decided to make it again every year because there's a lot of interest. And I think that from our side, what we see is that corporates are very interested in going like beyond those areas, but maybe they don't, like they just need like a little help in connecting with entrepreneurs and getting to know like what should they ask for, what should they do, or what should they look for. But yeah, like corporates are incredible in that way. Like they are developing also.
No, that's very interesting. I know you have to run, but thank you so much. There's much more I would like to ask you, but anyway, there's a lot of information on your website, nvgroup.org. But hopefully we can have another chat. But thank you so much. Very interesting work you guys are doing, and very interesting ecosystem you're building. So thanks for your time, Aura. And
thank you as well. And also we're very excited. When we first heard about Co-Innovation Hub, we were super excited because it's happening. Like it's not just us crazy ones in Mexico,
There are quite a few crazy ones out there. Yeah,
exactly, at least. So we can unite and work together.
Absolutely. Great.
Thank you so much, Carlo.
Thanks so much.